The Expanse Season 6 Episode 4. We've only got 2 more episodes left, y'all. We're on Episode 4. This one's called Redoubt. Now, what happened last time on Episode 3? Before I start, the Last Kingdom reaction is up, but it's been partially blocked by YouTube or I think Amazon or someone. But only people in the... Well, people in the States can't watch it and people in Canada can't watch it. It's for some reason it's blocked off to you guys, but everyone else it's not blocked off to. So if you guys do see that my reaction is up and you live in the States, that's why you kind of got blocked. It's a partial block thing. I gotta figure my way around that now. So yeah, I'll try and figure out a way to make it viewable for all of you guys, because I've seen people in the States that's reacted to the show itself, so they don't have any copyright problems there. So yeah, I'll try and figure out my own way around there and make it viewable for everyone. But so I do apologize to anybody in the States or in Canada, because that's the 2 countries it's giving me right now, saying that it's been blocked off to you guys, but everyone else are able to view it. And shout out to the guy from Denmark, I think. He also left a comment on there and said The Last Kingdom is one of his favorite shows. So that's really got my hopes up high. That means that show is going to be a really interesting show, because the first episode I was already locked into that episode. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode. The House of the Dragons reaction will be coming soon as well. I'm kind of caught up in The Last Kingdom now. The Last Kingdom's kind of got my attention. House of the Dragon is a good show, but yeah, we will see when that reaction drops now. But yeah, you guys should see House of the Dragons coming up soon. It is an interesting show as well, but like I said, The Last Kingdom, that's a whole nother show. And like I said, I love the Vikings and Vikings Valhalla. Anything that's Viking related, I love shows like that. So yeah, you guys will see more Last Kingdom coming, and House of the Dragon should be dropping soon. But back to The Expanse Season 6 Episode 4, Redoubt. In the previous episode we had Avasarala and the Martians, and well, holding them, they were on their way, but Avasarala and them, they arrived at Sirius Station and quickly regained control of it, because, well, Marco dipped. Marco left Sirius to die, basically, after he made this amazing speech saying that this is going to be the great capital, this is going to be the place where the belt is gonna be like really big or something. I don't know. He made a really big speech, and then he left them to die. He basically like stripped all their parts away and dipped, like left them only with like a limited amount of air and water and food, and then he left. So now it's up to Christian, Avasarala and them to I just said her full name. It's up to Avasarala and them to sort this problem out for series. But yeah, they basically said they will try and help, because if they do this, they'll be in the good books with the people of Ceres and the belt, basically, which will win more people to their side, which will pretty much weaken Marco's side of things, which is why I said it was not a smart play for Marco to have dipped. He had a lot of people on his side, and now he's kind of messing that up, because he's more focused on the Rossi and Naomi than anything. He's not even focused on the war that much, and Philip is kind of becoming a problem for him as well, because Philip is trying to see, Philip is seeing Marco rear his real colors now, show his real colors now. So yeah, Marco he's starting to lose grip on the power that he used to have. Also, I apologize if you guys do hear any background noises. I can't really do anything about that, but yeah. What else happened? Yeah, so yeah, they pretty much took control of Ceres, Avasarala, and meanwhile the Rossi is on his way to Ceres as well. Holden left Clarissa on watch, basically, to like just make sure like everything runs smoothly, because Holden's he doesn't really look too well. He does look a little sickly. I don't know, he just needed some rest or something, and he told Naomi about the he thinks that, well, I read a comment. I think it was let me see who brought that comment up. Yeah, it was Snarfle Cat. Am I saying that right? It was Snarfle Cat that brought up the this comment that said no one thinks the proto molecule was on the Bar Keith. I thought it was the Bar Keith. Is that I thought that was the name of the ship, but I guess it's Bar Keith, or I don't know. But yeah, you said that in fact they established last season that the proto molecule was on the missile that they fired at during the battle with the Rossi. But I don't know, because Holden keeps saying, like, when he's talking to people, he thinks that the proto molecule might be on the Bar Keith that went through the ring, and somehow something happened to it, like, because we all saw what happened when they entered the ring. It was like a whole bunch of orange, and then we ain't seen Solitaire and them since. So yeah, I think, like, yes, I do think that the proto molecule was on the missile, but I think that was just a ruse to, like, throw everyone off, if that makes sense, and that the real proto molecule was in fact with Solitaire and them on the Bar Keith or Bar Keith. I'm not entirely sure, but because Holden keeps saying, because he said this to Drummer, and then he says the same. Then he said the same thing to Bobby when she, like, came onto the ship, and then he told Naomi the same thing as well. That's why I'm thinking that it might be on there, because that's what Holden thinks. If you look back in in the last few episodes that went by, Holden keeps talking about the proto molecule being on there. So I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's on there. Maybe it was in the missile, as you said, that was fired at the Rossi at the time. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Because I don't think Marco would just. Well, I don't know. Marco is a smart dude. I don't think he would just kind of sacrifice a proto molecule like that, knowing the power that the proto molecule holds. Basically, it's a very powerful weapon to have, like, for negotiation terms, for ransom terms. Like, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a good power play used to have, like Fred Johnson, because he kept that as his bargaining chip. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a good bargaining chip to have. Like, if anyone, like, talks to them a certain type of way or treats them a certain type of way, they can just fire that upon some place, and it's the end of those people. Like, we all saw what happened on Eros. We saw what happened to was it on Venus. Like, we saw the hybrids that thing created. Like, the proto molecule is capable of so much for Marco to just have fired it away and, like, just try and kill the Rossi with it. If that's what your comment was saying, like, I'm trying to understand the comment, because because I think Holden thinks that it's on the Bar Keith, but I think everyone else probably thinks it was on the missile, as it was established last season. I think everyone does think it was on the missile that was fired at the Rossi. Yeah, so that's still a mystery to me. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens to that. I did notice that before the episode ended, when Marco was, like, looking at the ship that entered through a ring, it said they were on the way to planet Laconia. So I think the Laconia story and Marco and Holden them story is finally coming into play now, because I did wonder why we were looking at episodes of, well, not episodes, but, like, little clips of the of what's going on in Laconia, and we got that whole strange dog situation going on that kind of breathed life into this bird. And I think it's also going to do the same with the kid's little brother, the little girl. So yeah, it's just a matter of time. We just gotta wait and see. We only got like 2 episodes left. This is episode 4, y'all. What else happened before we get into this? Yeah, Marco blew series up. Like, I don't know if series survived or anything. All I know is there was mad explosions on there. I know Monica was on there trying to like see the damage that Marco's done. Well, not see the damage, but expose Marco for who he is, because her and Officer Rollins got this plan going on. So it's just a matter of time. Like, I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens in episode 4 if Sirius is still alive. I hope Sirius like makes it, because I waited so long to get back to that station, and then they just blow it up. I think Kirk Darling also mentioned that he would have liked to have seen like some sort of backstory or something as to what happened to like Octavia and Havelock and them. And like, same with me, like I'm the same. These people just like vanished off of series. Like, it would have been nice to see where they were at and what they were doing, because I know Havelock was trying to like learn Creole at the time, and he was trying, because he was talking to this one girl on there, and we don't know what happened since. Like, it would be a nice little, if they ever did like spin-offs to like the Expanse, it would be nice to have seen like Havelock them story, or like Octavia, just like another spin-off of the Expanse of what happened on series and with Anderson Dawes, and that if Anderson Dawes ever wants to, like, the guy who plays Anderson Dawes ever wants to reprise his role again, like, just like a whole separate story of its own that's got like nothing to do with Holden, but you do see like little cameos in between. You know, it would have been just like a little short spin-off, not like a long season like that. But yeah, those are just my little dreams. And but yeah, so we here with the Expanse season 3 episode 4, Redoubt. That being said, wait. Before I get into this, I did mention that Marco tried to attack the Rocinante. He was so goal driven, like he was like hell bent on like trying to take the Rossi down. Like, even these people were saying like, yo, we don't need to do this. We're focusing on other things right now, like the war and all that. Let's stick to our plan. He's like, no, these guys are on their own. Let's take them down. Even Philip was like, yo, no. But yeah, so they went after the Rossi, started firing shots at it, like, and Holden impressed me, like, cause I know that's normally Alex's job. Like, Alex is like a beast behind the wheel when he's flying. But Holden and Bobby, they both impressed me when they got behind the steering of the Rossi, and they were like throwing shots at the Pella, and they pretty much like got rid of most of the competition, because it was like 3 against 1, and Marco thought that he outnumbered them with like missile power and all that stuff, and the quantity of ships that he had, but not with the Rossi. The Rossi is an unstoppable force. When you go up against the Rossi, you don't just take that ship down that easily. So yeah, the Rossi is becoming a legend in ship legends, if that makes sense. The Rossi eventually, like, well, Bobby said like, give control to me, I'll take the Pella down real quick, and she pretty much did. She fired a shot that hit the pilot basically, and pretty much shut down the Pella. And Marco was like, yeah. He finally came face to face with Holden. Well, not face to face, but they were like via comms, and Holden was like, shut down your systems or we will fire upon you. And Marco was like, yeah, take your shot. I'm not a guy, the type of person to give up. And then he like did this. It was like he was panning slightly to the right or the left, and then you just see Philip like kind of enter the frame, and then well, Bobby fired a missile at the Pella, because she was like, yeah, enough of this, let's just get this over and done with, because Bobby doesn't know the history between Philip and Naomi, that Philip is actually, well, I think she kind of does but doesn't, but Philip is the son of Naomi, but she doesn't know the history that those two shares. shared. She just knows that Naomi had a son, but I don't think she knew that that was Philip on the ship, that was Naomi's son. So she fired the missile anyway, and before it made impact, Holden like just did something. He like made sure that the missile didn't go off. Like it was a dud basically. And yeah, he pretty much saved Philip and Marco's life in a way, but I don't think Marco's gonna see it that way. And yeah, Marco flew off eventually, and yeah, and he was like all angry and stuff when he left like them behind and stuff, and he was like blaming Philip. He's like, it's your fault. We didn't take them down. You should have shot at them harder or something. And Philip's like, no, it's your fault. And then he started calling his father out, and his father pretty much relieved him of duty because out of anger, like he's I don't know, Marco's losing the plot. And it looks like if Philip keeps going on the path that he's going on, the Belters might eventually flip to Philip's side and kind of leave Marco to fend for his own. Because his tactics are going, and plans are going right out the window. He's like just focused on Naomi and the Rossi now, and like the plays that he's making is not on point as it was in season 5. But let's get back to episode 4, y'all. I've spoken long enough now. Yeah, Expanse season 6, episode 4, Redoubt. Let's get into this. Oh, so the little boy got hit by a driver or something.
You were supposed to be in Paris. That was going to be your parents' posting after this. Whatever you feel, it's okay.
No, it's all right to be sad.
I lost a place. And it's a place that mattered to me. And I thought it would go on forever. When I was where you are now, I needed something to make it more than just death. When those rings opened, we all ran out into the universe like your brother ran out into that road. No one could stop us, so instead, someone has to keep us safe.
That's the Rossi crew. The Rossi crew tries to keep people safe as much as possible.
Admiral.
Oh, look who it is.
My new coordination protocol returned a coherent reply pattern.
So that video that he sent in the last season was him on Laconia. I don't know if that ever was established. But yeah. I guess this is where Cortazar's been hiding. After Marco and them got him. Yeah, see, I had a feeling she was gonna do this. She started thinking, maybe that thing can help him.
I understand your anger and your fear, but you can't let them blind you. But we all know who is building a future for the boat. Don't put yourself back under their yoke. Don't forfeit our future for a sip of water.
Why is she...
The explosives were Belter mining charges. They were clearly planted by Inaros.
Exactly.
The evidence.
MCRN Fleet Command recommends that a joint strike force set out for the ring immediately.
Rushing headlong to salve our pride and prove our manhood is exactly what Inaros wants.
So people of Sirius is still not for the inners. I mean, can't they just find some common ground? Like, Marco clearly tried to kill them, like blow them up, make sure Sirius was untouchable or something.
I was glad to hear you were right.
They disagreed about who won.
But Stuart, are you recording this?
Yes.
Stop right now.
You said I had full access.
Yeah, keep doing this. Because people realize eventually that Marco did this. I just love that. That little scene right there, I just love it when they do that.
Still working up that damage assessment?
That's done. Amos has the list. The Rosie gathered a lot of data on the Pellar. High-resolution drive signatures and hull profiles.
Fuck! Still pissed off about the Pellar?
Aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
These two are gonna get along well. They're both their way of thinking is kind of a similar path. I mean, It's kind of similar in a way. See, at least I like how they're paying tribute to Alex. Dude was a good pilot.
Behind a cloud.
Okay, Amos.
So I did a full torpedo diagnostic like you told me to. All remaining missiles checked out fine. This is way above my pay grade, and I'm not trying to judge.
After salvage operations are complete, take the 2 senior-most officers of the Lauba and space them.
Here he goes again. Spacing his own people.
I did not mean to offend. I thought you were...
I'm the new repair technician. You are in charge. Tell me what to do.
Still angry?
Why would I be?
You need to fix this.
You want me to apologize to him?
I know it's hard to understand when all you see is how much our people love him.
We should probably do a test fire, then recheck it. My guess is we'll probably see torque fractures.
If you want, I can lock you out of fire control. See, here's my problem. I trust you to do the right thing, and you pulled the punch. And I keep trying, but I can't see how that was the right thing.
It was a gut decision in the moment. And I don't owe you a fucking explanation.
You pissed at me for asking.
Just tell him the kid is Naomi's son. This gave me season 1 vibes now, where Amos first met Holden, and he said like, if you try anything, I will end you.
Don't got any of those dust or hull plates to spare. It's big trouble if we lose it. You distracted me. Got it.
You can't use that as an excuse. You distracted me.
My brother is a dock worker on Ceres. I haven't heard from him since the water tank explosion.
You and your brother. You're close?
Oh, yeah. I remember thinking how weird it was, because until then, he was a real shit for a brother. One of those people, good at looking out for others, bad at looking out for himself, you know what I mean?
Something tells me this dude's brother didn't make it. And if he finds that out, he's gonna switch sides. He's not gonna be full Marco no more.
Why are you telling me this?
The torpedo didn't fail. I disarmed it.
You just made me responsible for everyone he kills from now on.
You're not responsible for my choices.
Then stop making yourself responsible for mine. Stop treating me like I am broken.
Stop pretending like what you're feeling doesn't matter. What you went through on the Pella?
If Philip hurts more people than...
It's not about Philip or what he might or might not do. It's about us. I can't be the one who kills your son. Every time you wake up, you'll be lying next to the reason your boy is dead.
Jim,
I can't be that to you.
What she doesn't know is her words. The stuff that she said to Philip has actually somehow made a breakthrough. Like, he's starting to have second thoughts about what Marco is doing.